This video features the best brawlers you need to be playing in September 2025 with the new season and the new brawler. Let's see how much the meta has shifted so far. Alright guys, the first brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Clancy. Now Clancy is back in the meta due to the massive buffs he received. Clancy got more forgiving early on with buffs to his first and second stages, while also tweaking his star part to help him level up quicker. These tweaks makes his climb to stage 3 smoother and help him stay dangerous even when the match pace is high. He feels far less like a liability in the opening minutes compared to before the changes. Now granted, yes, even though with the recent buffs, Clancy is still very slow at his first stage, but once you get to that stage 3, man, he is going to be rolling. Clancy starts off pretty bare bones, but once he hits stage 3 by collecting enough tokens, his firepower and presence get absolutely insane. At that point, he becomes a lane controlling beast with a wide spread of damage and speed that is tricky for opponents to handle. His mid to late game dominance makes him a go-to for modes like gem grab, hot zone, or brawl ball. Now of course, definitely one of the best things about Clancy is going to be his super. His super is not just flashy because it creates a cone of paint that levels enemies in its path, especially at stage 3 when its damage output jumps by around 50%. This ability punishes group foes and forces enemies to make mistakes just to stay alive around him. It is great for breaking enemy pushes and can flip the momentum of a match in seconds. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Otis. Now Otis is also higher in the meta thanks to the recent buffs he received as well. Otis receives solid buffs to both his main attack damage from 920 to 1000 and his health being increased from 6400 to 6800. That means he's hitting harder both in regular firing and when trying to lock down zones with gadgets, making it more reliable overall. Once under fire, enemies feel the damage right away and his zone control tools just hurt that much more. Now something else that makes Otis very versatile in the current meta is going to be his long range main attacks. Otis fires 3 ink drops in a line with good range, making it easy to hit enemies from a safe distance, even those hiding behind walls or in tricky corners. As long as you land your shots, you can wear opponents down steadily and control space effectively. His attack keeps enemies on their toes without needing flashy combos. Now hands down, the best part about Otis's kit is gonna be his super. Otis's super attaches sail to an enemy to mute their attacks, gadgets, and supers, and now it also stuns them on impact thanks to the silent stunner hypercharge upgrade. That means he is not just silencing them, but he is locking them down completely for a moment, giving you or your team a clean opportunity to strike. This makes it one of the strongest control tools in the game. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Jaeyoung. Now Jaeyoung's mechanics are very unique and versatile. Jaeyoung switches between work mode and party mode, and each gives a very different effect. Work mode fires piercing projectiles that leave speedy slipstreams to help teammates rotate or escape, while party mode heals allies with every hit. This flexibility means he can pivot between aggressive pushes and life-saving support in the blink of an eye. Now of course we can't forget about Jaeyoung's super because it also makes him a very good support brawler. His super toggles between modes and triggers a powerful effect. Switching to work mode grants nearby teammates a burst of speed, and flipping to party mode unleashes a wave of healing. It's an instant team play that can turn failed pushes into winning swings or clutch your team back to safety when things get hectic. Not just in general, Jaeyoung is going to be great in this meta because he is a brawler that can be played within any team composition. Jaeyoung fits perfectly in modes like gem grab or hot zone where teamwork and constant presence matter most. His ability to either heal or speed boost allies makes him a huge asset for controlling objectives and keeping pressure on the enemy. This makes him especially valuable in competitive play where coordination is key. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Shade. Now Shade's super is the best part about his entire kit. Shade's super lets him phase through walls and obstacles while gaining a burst of movement speed, making flanks or retreats feel effortless. He can zip around the map, evade danger, or reposition instantly, which makes gameplay feel smooth and full of opportunities for sneaky takedowns. Now another good thing about Shade is that it's not hard to get his super whatsoever. Shade passively charges his super just by staying near enemies, so he does not have to land hits to fill it up. That means he can keep jumping back into fights or escaping as needed, giving him an unrelenting presence in skirmishes. This makes him especially dangerous in modes like Showdown, where constant pressure and mobility can turn the tides of a match. Now I know everybody talks about how good Shade's super is, but his main attacks can be absolutely deadly when used correctly. Shade's main attack is a wide area hug that deals double damage when landed in the center, so hitting enemies squarely can result in huge burst damage in an instant. Snagging that center hit is super satisfying and lets Shade wipe out opponents before they even know it hit them. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Bull. Now Bull's main attacks are lethal in close range combat. Bull's shotgun blast delivers massive damage up close, letting him shred through squishy foes with just one full hit. With his beefy health bar, he can take a beating while getting into position or protecting teammates. This makes him a dependable frontline brawler who thrives in tight fights, especially on maps rich with cover and bushes. Now, a tool that helps Bull get within range of his targets is gonna be his super. When Bull activates his super, he charges forward, smashing obstacles and covering ground quickly, great for initiating fights or escaping sticky situations. This not only disrupts enemy formations, but also opens up new pathways or surprise angles for him and his teammates to exploit. It's a reliable tool for turning the flow of a battle in your favor. Not just in general, Bull has a great kit that helps him survive within those tough engagements. Bull can heal himself mid-fight using his T-Bone Injector gadget, and his Tough Guy star power gives him a damage reduction shield when his health drops below a threshold. Together, these abilities greatly boost his survivability, letting him stay in the fight longer or make high impact plays even without immediate backup. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Kaze. Kaze has been a powerful pickup ever since she was added to the game, with players quickly realizing how reliable her kit is across multiple modes. Her balanced mix of damage, mobility, and survivability has kept her relevant without relying too heavily on buffs or changes. This consistency makes her a safe choice for players who want a dependable brawler in any situation. Now, Kaze's dual build makes her a very high risk, high reward brawler. Kaze switches between Geisha and Ninja modes, each bringing unique advantages. In her Geisha form, she's lightning fast, can dash and strike with a precise hit that deals double damage if placed just right, and her Fanstorm super rips away enemies' ammo while disrupting their vision. In Ninja mode, her attacks become sharp and deadly up close, and her super lets her dash across the battlefield, marking enemies that explode shortly after. Now, probably one of my favorite reasons why Kaze is so good is because she is a great carry brawler when you get terrible randoms. Because she can switch between mobility and burst damage, Kaze can completely swing a fight on her own. Whether it is dodging and poking from range, or diving in as Ninja to finish enemies off, she can adapt to the flow of the match and can carry when her team needs it most. This makes her especially dangerous in late game situations where one mistake from the enemy can instantly turn it into a win for her team. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Crow. Now, Crow's main attacks allow him to apply constant pressure with ease. Crow's daggers apply poison that deals damage over time and severely limits healing, making him excellent at wearing down enemies, especially those relying on regeneration or healing abilities. This passive pressure can force opponents to retreat or be finished off before they can heal, giving Crow's team a sustained tactical edge. Now, with Crow having a pretty quick movement speed, this allows him to stay mobile and continue his aggression. With his fast movement speed and his super that lets him jump over obstacles while dealing damage when he lands, Crow is great at quick hits and run tactics. He can safely poke enemies from a distance, dive in when the opportunity is right, and escape before they can retaliate. This mobility allows him to reposition constantly, making it harder for opponents to lock him down or predict his movements. Now, with Crow's build in general, it just allows him to be even more toxic literally and figuratively. Crow's star powers and gadgets makes him even more dangerous and versatile. Extra toxic reduces the damage enemies deal, while carrying Crow increases damage against already weakened targets. His gadgets such as slowing toxic can trap poison enemies by slowing them down, making it easier for him and his teammates to finish them off. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Lumi. Now, Lumi is such a great versatile brawler that can be solid anywhere. Lumi's main attacks involves throwing her morning stars, dealing damage with each throw, and also when retrieving them. Her super creates 3 explosive areas that deal increasing damage and temporarily stuns enemies, making her effective at controlling space and punishing opponents who venture too close. Now, what's also really good about Lumi is she has a great build because she has great gadgets. What's also really good about Lumi is she has great gadgets that can be used interchangeably. Lumi's gadgets provide additional utility in combat. Hit the Lights ignites her morning stars, creating a burning area that damages nearby enemies, while Grim and Frostbitten generates a freezing wind around her maces, slowing down enemies and making maneuvering harder. These gadgets enhance her ability to disrupt enemy movements and secure kills. Now, even though Lumi has some pretty good star powers, you still need to be using her star power at halftime. Lumi's star powers further solidify her control over the battlefield. 42% burnt causes her super's explosions to leave a burning area on the ground, dealing additional damage over time to enemies who remain within it. Halftime slows enemies hit by her recalled morning stars, making it easier to land subsequent attacks and maintain pressure on opponents. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Hank. Now, Hank with his high health makes him tough to take down on maps with lots of walls. Hank boasts a substantial health pool, making him a formidable presence on the battlefield. His high durability allows him to absorb damage and control key areas, especially in modes like Hot Zone and Brawl Ball. This tanky playstyle enables him to withstand enemy attacks and remain effective throughout the match. Now the good thing about Hank is he has two great gadgets, one that either helps him get kills or stops him from getting killed. Hank's gadgets Water Balloons and Barricade provide strategic options during gameplay. Water Balloons slow down enemies, enhancing his ability to control engagements, while Barricade grants him a temporary shield, allowing for aggressive plays or retreat when necessary. These gadgets offer flexibility and can turn the tide of battle in Hank's favor. Now probably one of my personal favorite things about Hank is going to be his super, because it also helps him. Not only helps him heal up, but also take down brawlers in those close range engagements. Hank's super releases multiple torpedoes in all directions, dealing significant damage and healing him for a portion of his missing health. This ability not only damages enemies but also heals Hank, allowing him to maintain pressure and control over contested areas. It is especially useful in team fights where landing multiple torpedoes can swing the momentum in your favor. Alright guys, the next brawler we're going to be talking about is going to be Cordelius. Now Cordelius' super is the best part about his entire kit. Cordelius' super transports both him and an enemy into the Shadow Realm for an 8-second 1v1 battle. In this realm, Cordelius gains a 20% increased movement speed and 30% faster reload, giving him a significant advantage in duels. This mechanic allows skilled players to isolate and eliminate key targets, disrupting enemy strategies effectively. Not just in general, Cordelius' mechanics and kit are just incredibly strong as well. Cordelius' gadgets Replanting and Poison Mushroom provide strategic advantages. Replanting allows him to jump over obstacles, facilitating positioning and escape, while Poison Mushroom disables enemy attacks and abilities for a short duration. His star powers Combo Shrooms and Mushroom Kingdom enhance his damage output and provide healing or additional damage in the Shadow Realm respectively. These abilities offer flexibility and adaptability in various combat scenarios. Well anyway guys, if you guys enjoyed that video, I highly recommend you go check out this video right here.